Is brought to you by the California Cut Flower Commission. Think California, because your customers care where their flowers come from.
Good morning, everyone. I'll tell you, the flower business, there's just so many great people in it. I think we would all agree that across the country, the one thing that makes the flower business a lot of fun is the people. I hope you all agree. In 1979, I started the flower business here in Carlsbad, California, as a matter of fact, just a mile or two from this facility at Thompson Rose Company. Carlsbad at that time was a quiet farming community, growing rapidly, but still a coastal farming community. Within about 5 years, in 1984, I had the opportunity to move up to Sun Valley Floral Farms in Arcata, California, and so I took that opportunity. I proceeded to load my wife into a U-Haul van and drive the 800 miles north. And at that time, in the land of the redwoods, in the land of Bigfoot, there was not much else at Sun Valley. We had one greenhouse, aptly named Big Bertha. We packed our flowers in a red barn, and we had greenhouses and warehouses that were about to be completed, but not quite completed yet. That same summer of 1984, Lane DeVries came, and actually I'll have to tell you, at that time, a Dutch ag graduate, Lane DeVries, also came to California. He had been hired as a production manager. And within a short period of time, we completed our greenhouses. We completed our 32,000 square foot warehouse. And as you all know, the growth and the development of Sun Valley since then is probably evident to everyone in the flower business. What's probably not so evident to everyone in the flower business is the growth and development of Lane DeVries as a person and as a leader and as a mentor. In the years since 1984, 27 years now, Lane has served on countless SAF boards, the WUFSA boards, CCFC, I mean countless times. He's always been the biggest advocate I can think of for California flowers in general. He's been a leader in cool chain development, as well as the very first Vera Flora participant. Very proud of it. It is with great personal respect and admiration that I present Lane DeVries.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, fellow members of the floral industry, it is a great honor and pleasure for me to be here and stand before you and accept this award. I'm truly humbled by this experience. And as the co-recipient this year, let me be clear. Most of the achievements are due to the exceptional performance of those people around me. And in particular, much gratitude goes out to the members of the Sun Valley team. And I'd like the members of the Sun Valley, please stand up so to be recognized. As the introduction indicated, I grew up in a Dutch flower farming family. My father's company was very small. Much of the work in our company was done by Mom, Dad, my siblings, and I. These humble upbringings helped form the foundation for a quest to live a meaningful life, based on a number of principles. Be good. Do good. Be respectful and kind to others. And no matter how successful things get in life, always remain humble and gracious. Take life as it comes. Accept adversities as an opportunity for growth. And above all, give it your best every step of the way. My journey led me to this great country in 1983, starting as a lily and tulip grower for a company called Large. That company acquired Sun Valley 3 months after I started, and off we went to Arcata, California. The rest is history, and what followed has been well documented. And I won't go into that much here today. And I really want to talk about this group right here and about our industry in general. And what I want to talk about is where we have gone in the last 20 years, where we are today, and where we're going. Most important of all. The floral industry has been good to me. And I'm grateful for the countless blessings that have come my way from the Heavenly Father. Over the last 20 years of flower farming in California, I've had a front row seat in watching the share of domestically grown flowers decline in the US marketplace from 70% 20 years ago to 30% today. Great names and great companies that I looked up to when I came to this country in the 80s as a 20-year-old. Gone. They're no longer here. They're no longer in this group. They're no longer growing flowers. Today, more than 3/4 of all flowers grown in this country, California is the final bastion left in the United States in domestic flower growing. The cost of doing business within the borders of the United States, and particularly California, is continuing to escalate. If one takes into account the cost of labor, health insurance, workers' compensation, electricity, water, the burdens of regulations, particularly in the state of California, the effect of currency exchange on raw materials from offshore, and then I'm talking particularly about bulbs. If we take all these items into consideration, we have seen overall cost increase by more than 50% in the last 10 years. The prices that farmers get for their flowers have largely stayed the same during that same period. Due to the nature of the global marketplace, there has been a reluctance among domestic growers to raise prices for fear of losing even more business to imported product. The result is that farms are hanging on for dear life today. Now, through the dark clouds, there's a ray of sunshine. And with that comes a glimmer of hope. And I would love to talk about that as we continue. The locally grown California movement continues to gain traction and momentum. As California flower farmers, we have a compelling story to tell. And just yesterday, as an anecdotal evidence, talking to a Sun Valley grower who started using CalGrow on his sleeves and immediately saw a 20% increase in the sales of his products. These are just stories from the ground among the growers in California. Increasingly, consumers are interested where their food, but also where their flowers are coming from. There's been much talk about being green and the importance of the carbon footprint. Well, recently, a carbon footprint was done, a study that indicated that a box of flowers that is flown from Bogota to Miami and then trucked to New York requires 3 times more carbon output than that same box coming from California by truck. Now, most people are not aware of this. Most people don't know this. But once they do, It will strengthen their conviction to buy more flowers from this beautiful state. California flower farmers have a golden opportunity today to leverage our position as a place of choice for local and domestically grown flowers. Fellow members of the industry, I truly believe that California flowers are America's flowers. And research from focus groups indicate that consumers concur with that premise. Give the consumer a choice, and they will select California local grown flowers any day over the off-fuel alternative. After many years of acquiescence, we as California flower farmers have been speaking up in the State House in Sacramento and in Washington, D.C. And our voice is being heard, not only with members of the Assembly and the State Senate, but also with members of the House of Representatives, our senators, and with key departments in the Obama administration. Now, as we sit here today, two things need to happen. Number one, we need to tell our story time and time again. Flower farming in California is a family business, and consumers deserve the notice. Number two, it is imperative we get our product out into the marketplace effectively, by growers coming together and finding solutions to get it to you, our customer. We ought to collaborate with our customers to help educate consumers that indeed there is a choice. I believe by working together, now is the time to make these things happen. Now is the time for action. Ladies and gentlemen, let me finish with saying this. I'm proud to be a California flower farmer and to be associated with such a fine group of people in our industry. And to our customers who are in the room here today, we appreciate your support for California flowers. Once again, it's truly an honor to be this year's co-recipient of this award. Thank you very much, and God bless you.
To ensure you're enjoying America's best source of high-quality flowers, think California. And look for the California Grown logo when you buy your flowers.